Imagine someone offers you nearly $700,000 to move into the middle of a scorching desert and spend your days installing giant mirrors. Most people would probably laugh and walk away. But what if those mirrors were part of one of the most ambitious renewable energy projects ever built? A project so powerful that locals call it China's second sun. Deep in the vast deserts of northwestern China stands a futuristic facility that looks like something from a science fiction movie. Thousands of mirrors stretch across the landscape, all pointed toward a glowing tower in the center. From a distance, the tower shines brighter than almost anything around it, creating a dazzling beacon visible for miles. This incredible site is located near the ancient Silk Road city of Dunhuang, and it represents one of the largest concentrated solar power projects in Asia. But why build a giant field of mirrors when ordinary solar panels already exist? Why choose one of the harshest deserts on Earth? And how does this facility continue producing electricity even after the sun goes down? Today, we're exploring one of the world's most fascinating energy projects, a place where engineers figured out how to store sunlight itself and turn a barren desert into a giant power station. Dunhuang is not just any desert city. Located in China's Gansu province, it enjoys more than 3,000 hours of sunshine every year, making it one of the sunniest places in the country. Rainfall is scarce, clouds are relatively uncommon, and vast stretches of open land remain largely undeveloped. For renewable energy planners, these conditions are nearly perfect. Solar facilities require enormous amounts of space, and crowded urban areas simply cannot provide the land needed for projects of this scale. In Dunhuang, however, the desert offers almost unlimited room to expand. The region's intense sunlight provides a consistent source of energy throughout most of the year, making it an ideal testing ground for advanced solar technologies. But instead of covering the desert with conventional photovoltaic panels, engineers chose something much more dramatic. They built a massive concentrated solar power station covering approximately 20 square kilometers, filled with over 12,000 mirrors. Together, these mirrors create a reflective surface exceeding 1.4 million square meters, making the facility resemble a giant metallic flower blooming in the middle of the desert. Every morning as the sun rises, thousands of mirrors begin moving in perfect synchronization, preparing for an engineering performance unlike anything most people have ever seen. At the center of the facility stands a towering structure often compared to a giant lighthouse. This tower is the heart of the entire operation. Unlike traditional solar panels that convert sunlight directly into electricity, this system uses mirrors called heliostats to concentrate sunlight onto a single point at the top of the tower. Throughout the day, advanced computer systems continuously adjust the angle of every mirror, ensuring that reflected sunlight remains focused on the same target. The result is extraordinary. Thousands of reflected beams combine into an intensely bright hotspot capable of generating temperatures exceeding 560 degrees Celsius, or more than 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The concentration of energy is so extreme that the area near the focal point becomes one of the hottest locations in the entire facility. This incredible heat isn't wasted. Instead, it is used to warm a specially designed molten salt mixture stored inside the tower. Rather than producing electricity immediately, the facility first captures solar energy as heat. This approach may sound complicated, but it solves one of renewable energy's biggest challenges: how to store power for later use. By transforming sunlight into thermal energy, engineers created a system that behaves almost like a giant rechargeable battery hidden in the desert. The molten salt used in the facility is not ordinary table salt. It consists primarily of specially selected nitrate compounds designed to remain stable under extreme temperatures. When heated by concentrated sunlight, the molten salt absorbs enormous amounts of energy and can safely store that heat for long periods. The facility contains approximately 5,800 tons of this material circulating through a sophisticated thermal storage system. Two giant tanks sit near the tower, a cold tank and a hot tank. During the day, cooler molten salt is pumped upward into the receiver at the top of the tower where concentrated sunlight rapidly heats it. The superheated liquid then flows into the hot storage tank, carrying with it the energy collected from thousands of mirrors. What makes this system remarkable is its ability to retain that energy long after sunset. While conventional solar panels stop producing electricity as soon as darkness falls, molten salt can continue storing heat for hours. In effect, the facility captures daylight and saves it for later. This capability transforms solar power from an intermittent energy source into something far more reliable. Instead of depending entirely on real-time sunshine, operators can decide when to use the stored heat to generate electricity, even during nighttime hours. When electricity is needed, the stored thermal energy begins the next phase of its journey. Hot molten salt is pumped into a heat exchange system where it transfers its energy to water. As the water absorbs heat, it turns into high-pressure steam. This steam then spins massive turbines connected to electrical generators. If this process sounds familiar, that's because it is. Whether powered by coal, natural gas, nuclear reactors, or concentrated sunlight, many power plants ultimately generate electricity by boiling water and using steam to turn turbines. The difference lies in the heat source. Instead of burning fossil fuels, the Dunhuang facility uses sunlight collected from thousands of mirrors. After releasing its heat, the molten salt cools and returns to the cold storage tank, ready to begin the cycle again. This continuous circulation creates a highly efficient closed-loop system. Thanks to thermal storage, the plant can continue producing electricity around the clock. Reports indicate that the facility generates approximately 390 million kilowatt-hours of electricity every year, enough to power a substantial number of homes while avoiding significant carbon emissions. In a world searching for cleaner energy solutions, this ability to provide stable, dispatchable, renewable power represents one of concentrated solar power's greatest advantages. Of course, building a giant artificial sun in the desert isn't cheap. The Dunhuang project required an investment of roughly 1.6 billion yuan, equivalent to hundreds of millions of dollars. Such enormous costs explain why concentrated solar power remains relatively rare compared to photovoltaic solar farms. Over the past decade, traditional solar panels have become dramatically less expensive. Manufacturing improvements, global competition, and economies of scale have pushed photovoltaic electricity prices downward year after year. In many regions, solar panels can now produce electricity at a fraction of the cost associated with concentrated solar power facilities. As a result, many investors prefer photovoltaic projects because they offer faster returns and lower construction risks. Yet supporters of solar thermal technology argue that direct cost comparisons don't tell the whole story. Unlike conventional solar farms, molten salt systems provide built-in energy storage. They don't need expensive batteries to continue supplying electricity after sunset. This unique advantage allows concentrated solar facilities to deliver power when demand is highest, potentially making them more valuable to electrical grids than their raw production cost might suggest. The debate between photovoltaic and solar thermal technologies continues today, with experts around the world watching closely to see which solutions will dominate the future energy landscape. One challenge many viewers immediately wonder about is maintenance. After all, how do you keep more than 12,000 mirrors clean in the middle of a dusty desert? Sandstorms, dust accumulation, and harsh weather constantly threaten the performance of the system. Even a thin layer of dirt can reduce a mirror's reflectivity and lower overall efficiency. To combat this problem, engineers developed specialized cleaning procedures. Many mirrors are equipped with water spraying systems designed to remove accumulated dust. In addition, dedicated maintenance vehicles travel through the mirror fields, performing large-scale cleaning operations. Teams of workers carefully monitor mirror alignment, cleanliness, and mechanical performance to ensure optimal operation. Maintaining the facility is an ongoing effort requiring both automation and human expertise. Every mirror must continue tracking the sun with remarkable precision. If thousands of mirrors were even slightly misaligned, the concentration of sunlight at the tower would decrease significantly. The result is a fascinating combination of advanced robotics, precision engineering, and old-fashioned maintenance work, all operating together to keep the artificial sun shining day after day. For travelers interested in witnessing this engineering marvel firsthand, visiting the facility is possible with advanced planning. Located near the historic city of Dunhuang, the Solar Thermal Industrial Park has become a unique attraction for technology enthusiasts, photographers, and renewable energy advocates. Visitors can observe thousands of mirrors stretching toward the horizon while learning how concentrated solar power works. The contrast between ancient Silk Road history and cutting-edge energy technology creates a truly unforgettable experience. Standing among the mirrors, it's easy to understand why locals compare the glowing tower to a second sun. It represents more than just a power plant. It symbolizes humanity's ongoing effort to harness natural forces in smarter and more sustainable ways. In a place once known primarily for deserts and ancient trade routes, engineers have created a glimpse of what the future of energy might look like. Whether concentrated solar power ultimately becomes a dominant technology or remains a specialized solution, the Dunhuang project proves that innovation can transform even the harshest environments into sources of opportunity. The next time you see sunlight pouring through your window, remember that somewhere in the desert, thousands of mirrors are capturing that same light, storing it, and turning it into electricity long after the sun has disappeared below the horizon.